You know how fast you were going?
What? How fast you were going?
I don't know. 10?
8.
Be advised, this is an explicit podcast, so if you're easily offended, get your panties twisted into a knot, turn this off before you get butthurt and mad, start to cry, have to run to your safe space. All opinions are those of the host and his guest and do not reflect the opinions of any government agency. Welcome to MOTORCOP Chronicles podcast. I'm your host, the Iceman, here in the clubhouse. We have a special guest today. I'm going to introduce her. I'm going to call her Ice Chip because she is a chip off the old block. Yes, it's going to be my daughter, Ice Chip. Going to give you all some very old background on me. What kind of great and not great father I have been in my fathering career. So let's get her started and get her in the house. It's my live studio audience sound effect.
Thank you.
First time you had that many claps for you, huh?
I've never had it so many people clap.
That's correct. So
You got them questions?
we're going to give you your questions because I can't give you all of them. But what is your favorite restaurant to eat at?
Carrabba's.
Carrabba's. That is an Italian restaurant.
With the best bread.
Bread. Just all about the bread.
Bread is life.
What's your favorite TV show?
Grey's Anatomy.
We've been watching that on Netflix lately. Bam cried when George died.
Don't lie, you cried too.
No, I didn't cry. I was sleeping.
Then you can't say you've been watching it too.
I already watched it before.
Oh, okay.
I just got back to where I haven't seen the episodes. I quit watching it. We won't talk about why I quit watching it.
Oh, I know why you quit watching it. I remember.
What's your favorite movie?
Harry Potter.
Why'd you hesitate? You had to think about it?
I had to think about it.
You forgot what your favorite movie was?
Well, I don't really watch a whole bunch of movies, so just really one I can actually think of on the spot. That's those series.
Her and her husband are, I don't even know how to put it, they are Disney fanatics.
Oh, yeah. I just got this nice rug in my living room, and it has Mickey heads all over it.
Disney fanatics. That's what when Christmas time comes around now, I just find shit with Disney on it. Got her a waffle iron that made Mickey Mouse heads or something, or
that was last year.
Or a toaster.
Yeah.
I just find Disney shit.
I'm always happy with it.
They're obsessed.
I know. I've got like 3 Disney tattoos.
I think her wedding ring has Disney kids on it.
It's Beauty and the Beast.
See? Obsessed. They go like, I don't know, 20, 30 times a year.
I think
if they don't park and spot at Disney.
I think we went like 4 times last year. Not that I've only been once this year, and my husband hasn't gone at all because of the Rona.
Well, what's that? What they getting rid of? Space Mountain or they getting rid of some mountain?
They're
Splash Mountain.
They're just changing it to the Princess and the Frog theme. I don't ride that ride though.
So you can like throw frogs at people and shit when they.
I don't go on that ride. I don't like getting wet.
Well, pretty soon you won't have to. You'll just get frogged.
I still wouldn't go on it because I don't like frogs.
Well, the princesses like frogs, obviously. It's going to be Princess and Frog Mountain. Well, I've never been to Disney.
That's your problem?
That's what's wrong with me?
Yep.
No, I've never been to the
the
enchanted
happiest.
land, the happiest place on
It
earth.
is, and that's why you're so unhappy.
No, I'm very happy. Too busy paying child support. I couldn't go to Disney World.
We pay child support too, and I find a way. We don't bring our kids though. Like we usually just go us two.
So y'all two can be happy. Go to the happiest place on earth. Fuck the kids. They don't have to be happy at all.
We can't bring them all at the same time. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Like
Happy parents and happy kids. Y'all just stay home with the grandparents. We're gonna be happy.
we take them. We took 2 of them for their birthday, and we were gonna take the other 2. Like 2 more this year.
What y'all do? Like draw names out of a hat? Or y'all just took your 2 favorites?
No, we took the 2 who haven't been more recently.
Anyway, obsessed with Disney. We did the restaurant.
Yeah. Favorite drink?
What's your favorite food?
Tacos.
Tacos. She brought Taco Bell and ate it before we started this.
I did. I had a quesadilla.
Your favorite drink?
Diet Coke and mimosas, even though they give me indigestion like crazy. I always
Find a different drink.
I can't. I love it. I will drink orange juice all the time. Doesn't matter how bad my indigestion gets.
I have some old smoky salty watermelon and Sprite in my cup right now. It's like drinking summertime. It's summertime deliciousness. Old Smoky don't give a shit that I promote them for free, but it's still delicious. It is like drinking summertime. So when it gets to be wintertime, I don't know what the hell I'm going to drink, because I don't like no pumpkin spice shit. I don't like pumpkin seeds, pumpkin pie, nothing pumpkin. Don't despise it quite as much as pickle shit, but I'm not going to partake in the pumpkin.
I don't know if I'm your kid. Because I love pumpkin and I love pickles.
Well, pickles are from the devil.
No. No. You like cucumbers?
Not pickled. I don't like nothing in vinegar. Vinegar pickles shit. Vinegar is used for cleaning vaginas and floors, and I'm not going to eat my food in vagina disinfectant or whatever. So y'all can partake all y'all want. Of course, we know Freebird loves the douche juice. He can have all of it he wants.
Oh.
Be glad I didn't run for president. If I won the presidency, President Iceman's first presidential thing is I would outlaw all pickle juice shit.
No.
I ain't worried about a wall. We getting rid of fucking vinegar.
I don't mind like pickles, but not like sweet pickles. I like dill pickles. And my husband absolutely cannot stand pickles, so I love to just eat a pickle and then go try to kiss him because he will like run away screaming.
Yeah, I got you on that one. I don't like pickle shit either. It's gross. It's nasty. So you're here. You're going to give a little old-timey background on your old father, the Iceman here.
You're really getting in there with the old.
Well, pushing 50. So
I mean, look at all them grays. Yeah, he kind of old.
I got gray in my beard, but not that many in my head. So
As long as you don't shave your head again, ever.
your stepmother liked it shaved, actually. She was wanting me to shave it again, and I chose not to.
No, no, I cannot. I like his hair. Even if it's like receding and patchy, it's better than no hair at all.
My shit ain't patchy.
Oh, it is.
Well, fuck, I might as well just shave it then.
No, because a little hair is better
Going
than no.
cue ball. Save some money.
Does it really cost that much to get your hair done?
Yeah, it's still like $25, $30 to get it cut. So
I can't say much. I shaved both my kids' hair, so not like razor, like just like a buzz cut.
So you want to tell these people, our listeners, about what it was like growing up as the daughter of the Iceman?
It has its ups and downs. Being the daughter of the Iceman, the only girl. You have a son, but it wasn't like a daddy's little girl situation. Because I didn't like you that much when I was growing up.
I wasn't the spoiling. Oh, my kid don't do nothing wrong, and I wasn't raised like that, and I wasn't that type of parent. I'm not that type of grandparent either. So I mean,
That's very true. But I mean, having you as a police officer did come in handy whenever I got pulled over. Also, I didn't even have to say anything most times. They just saw my name and they knew. Except for that first ticket.
yes, the guy that worked for me, I was his sergeant. She calls me boohooing. I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you? I got a ticket. I'm like, who gave you a ticket? She told me. I'm like, really? It was another motor cop, like I said, and he worked for me. So I called him up. I'm like, hey, dude, just write a ticket. Yeah, I said, read your name. And he read it. And about that time, it fucking clicked on him. I'm like, really, dude? You wrote my fucking daughter a ticket? Oh, I just didn't put two and two. I was like, yeah. Put two and two together, because our last name isn't a local name. We're like transplanted in this area I live in when I was like 6 years old. So we don't have a big family name out here. So it's not a common name.
I still got in so much trouble for that ticket that I didn't even technically have anything done with. I got punished for it. So, I mean, I didn't have to pay any money, but I still got like grounded.
Well, you should have got punished.
I was in a hurry. Going 45?
Yeah,
45?
you're doing like 45 and a 25.
Yeah.
And that's only, I don't know, 20 miles an hour over the speed limit.
Yeah.
That's a big,
I was
big
surprised.
fat ticket.
It would have been if I had to pay it. I've only paid. I haven't gotten pulled over a whole bunch in my lifetime, but all the times I've only paid one speeding ticket, and that's because I just didn't say anything because it was in the middle of summer. And I just wanted to get out of there. I was so mad because I was going like 2 miles over the speed limit. I know I was still speeding.
2 miles.
No, I really was. I was pregnant. I was
Who
hot.
gave you a ticket for doing 2 miles an hour over the speed limit? Where were you at?
In town.
It had to be more than 2.
It wasn't. But, you know, that's the same cop that has previously pulled me over. And when I did say something,
Oh, that's the one I wrote his kid.
Yep, he goes, I'm not going to write you a ticket, even though your dad wrote my daughter a ticket.
Shit fucking happened.
So, I
all
was like,
can
well,
say.
thanks. I mean, I know he's an ass, but thanks anyway.
I think that guy's retired now or something.
I haven't seen him in a while, so hopefully so.
So was it when your teachers would call me up to your school when you were a little baby ice chip in class, probably almost melting?
In kindergarten, you know, you only had to come up there once. My kindergarten teacher, I was a bad kid, and I mean, I used to erase people's names on their test and rewrite mine at 5 years old because I didn't do my homework, and I would not shut my mouth. I was always talking, and my teacher called him, and he comes up there in the middle of the day, and in front of my entire kindergarten class, gave me 2 options. He said, I can either tape your mouth shut for the rest of the day, you can only take the tape off to eat, or I can spank your ass in front of all your friends. And being 5 and, you know, having your dad in your class was scary. I kind of just was frozen, and he didn't really give me a choice, and he spanked my ass in front of all my friends.
But it worked. Never got called back up for misbehaving in class again.
Not for talking.
No. Well, I got called up when your brother was in junior high with crap, and when I finally got there, it was a guy I went to school with, and he was an assistant principal or something, and I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you? And I was just nervous about calling you because I didn't know how you were going to react when you got here. I guess he was scared because I guess there's so many parents out there that their children do no wrong. I was a parent that when I got called, I'm like, what'd they do this time?
I feel like you would get called more on my brother than me.
We'll just call him Ice Chunk.
Oh my God.
I doubt he listens.
He doesn't listen, so it doesn't really matter.
I mean, I don't know. You're Ice Chip. He's Ice Chunk. He's older than you, so.
Yeah. But I mean,
Or we can, all right, instead of ice chunk, we will refer to him as the rainbow snow cone. So that fits him better. And ice chunk don't make him sound like, because he's not fat, so he can't be a chunk. So he's the rainbow snow cone.
out of both of us, though, I was the golden child.
You just wouldn't get caught as much as I don't think.
I was good. But I didn't, even if I did bad things, I didn't do them as bad as he did. So I was still the golden child.
Well, since we're on the topic of her, we were talking about how she got pulled over and she's getting tickets and she's getting all of this. I want to tell a little story that happened Thursday. We're going to be releasing this on Sunday, which is today is Sunday. So it's like we fresh right off the presses when we let it loose later on. Anyway, I'm working traffic as usual. I made one stop. Son driving, his mother was in the vehicle. I think she was sleeping. Woke up when I pulled him over. He was doing like, I don't know, 86 and 60, I believe. They were both super nice. I love those type of stops. Super nice people. You know, wasn't the type of blaming me for them getting pulled over on a ticket because I wasn't driving. They understood. He's like, hey, I was doing it, yada yada. Anyway, nice people. Second one I pulled over, another super nice people. Well, you know that's not going to last long. Here comes number 3. Pull this female over. I think she was doing around, I don't know, 14 or 15 over, if I remember correctly. Anyway, walk up to the car, same spiel, not going to get into it. You know, driver's license, insurance, registration, passenger approach. Well, when I tell her why I pulled her over and asking her for her stuff, first thing out of her mouth is that she looks at me and says, well, the only reason why I speeding was because I just started my period. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, just habit. I just look like glance down between her legs, see if I did some of this big, you know, pool of blood or something, just draining out. And she said, I said, well, why didn't you stop at the last 3 exits you just passed? One being just 3 or 4 miles back. Why don't you stop at those with these truck stops and take care of your problem you're having? Well, I didn't realize it just started. So it just started in like the last 3 miles. This is what I'm thinking. This fucking period, she must think I'm fucking stupid. So I'm like, well, the next exit ain't but like, it's like 15, 20 miles away. So you really in a bind now. I'd like to look at her and say, you need what? You need to call an ambulance? You need a blood transfusion? I don't know. You threw a clot? Okay, I know I'm getting nasty, but that's just how I am. Fuck it. Y'all know that. So anyway, I go back. I write her ticket out. I come back. Well, now she done went. Now I guess she's pissed off. She's getting a ticket. And she's like, well, you can't just give me a break. Both of my brothers are in law enforcement. I was like, oh, well, that's good. And then she starts arguing. This and that, every excuse in the book. I look at her and say, look, lady, if your brothers are in law enforcement, first thing they're going to do is tell you, don't fucking sit here and start arguing with the cop on a traffic stop. Because you're not going to win that argument on the side of the road. It's going to be bad. Like I said before, it's like, what you think? You're just going to, you're going to argue. Oh, I'm sorry. You just go on. It's my fault. I'm not going to write you this ticket now. Please forgive me. That's not going to fucking happen. No way. So she keeps, I'm like, they're going to teach you. I'm like, look. And she's sitting there, and I'm like, you need to sign this. And she's just sitting there looking at it like, I'm like, there's the only 2 options you got right now. A, sign a ticket. You can dispute it in court or pay it. B, don't sign the ticket. I'm going to handcuff you, take you to jail, and I'm going to tow your car. A or B, that's the only 2 options you got. There's no C, D, or F. There's no other option here. So she ended up signing it, pissed off. Oh, she was pissed off. But if I don't believe her brothers were cops. If they were, they need to have a talk with this bitch and say, don't argue with the cop on side road. You're just gonna make your shit worse. Take your ticket and go about your business. Your grandma got stopped one time, not far from here. The guy recognized her name because she never said a word. And I asked her, I said, well, why didn't you say something? Because they called and told me. No, because I was speeding, so I was going to take my ticket. But he let me go. And I was like, yeah, I know. But no, your grandma, she was just going to take her ticket and pay it because she said she was speeding.
I mean,
that was my mom.
I might have been speeding, but if I got the advantage to use my name and not have to pay that money, I'm going to do it. I am. I'm going to do it.
Your aunt, we'll call her. What are we going to call my sister? Let's make up a fucking name for her real fast. We'll just call her the Globetrotter. Because I never knew where the fuck she or Gypsy. We're going to call her the Gypsy. Because I think she's supposed to live in Texas somewhere, but I'm not sure. Last time I talked to her, she's in Hawaii. So I never know where she's at. She's Globetrotting. She's a Gypsy. So she was around here before, way younger, 20 years ago. She thought it was my unit while I was working. So she goes speeding on by, and the law enforcement person who, I don't know how she got this confused because it was a state police unit and not a parish unit, which I worked in, and lit her up with his lights. And she said, thought it was me and she was going to try to fuck with me, and didn't stop right away for a while. Well, he was about to arrest her fucking ass for running. And she was like, I thought you were my brother. I'm so sorry. I was just messing with him. Yeah, I said, you better just fucking stop and pull your ass over next time. That, the cops are trying to stop you. Especially if you wasn't 100% sure it was fucking me. So.
I don't know how she got that mistake.
I have no idea. It was 20 years ago. I have no idea.
I've only been stopped by one state trooper, and this police officer knew you. So, thank goodness, because it was like late at night. I didn't want to have to argue because I was not speeding this time. But she knew you.
Yeah, we just make it up.
I'm not even going to get into that because that whole story makes me so mad to this day, because she says she was following me for like 3 miles, but then she said she was behind me when I got on the on-ramp. I'm like, I've been on the interstate for like 20 minutes. There's no way. Like, you got the wrong car. And I was not speeding. Like, my cruise control was set. So I was so mad. So I threw my name out there, like I do. And thank gosh.
Do you like how I used to play some pranks on you when you were a child, when you were friends?
You still play pranks on me? What are you talking about? I mean, you're not flipping me upside down anymore, biting toes, because I don't know that you can actually flip me upside down anymore.
I don't think I could. Maybe one of those gravity chair things I might be able to, but physically grabbing you by your ankles and picking you upside down, I don't think that's going to happen.
And I'm thankful that you don't do that to my kids, because they would probably have nightmares.
Yeah, they would probably be kind of scared.
Yeah. So. Well, when you waking up for the day and your daddy walks in the room with his eyes all behind his head and making all these monster noises at you and then chases you around the house. I locked myself in the bathroom one time. I'm crying, telling him to stop. And he's like, okay, I'll stop. I come out of the bathroom and he picks me up and he turns me upside down, still making these noises again, and starts biting my toes, because that's the normal thing to do to your kid.
I was just making you tough. And I found it very hilarious.
Are you a feet person?
I don't mind feet, but I'm just saying it was scary to you that you thought I was going to eat you.
You trying to
eat your toes
you trying to give me 8 toes?
No, but if you want to, Smokey's children, because I only have 8 toes from a 3-wheeler accident when I was 12. I have on my right foot, my 2 little toes, I kind of ripped them off when I hit a tree barefooted on the 3-wheeler. Yes, it was painful. Fucked up my whole summer, and now I'm really to track. Very easy to track barefooted if I'm walking through a mud and leaving tracks, because I only have 3 toes in one foot, like a bird, some shit like that. But Smokey's kids saw that, and they asked me what happened, because in the previous episode we were roommates at one point. Well, I told them my parents were really, really poor when I was growing up, and they had heard about these new potato chips called Cheetos, and so they cut some of my toes off and ate them for Cheetos and put cheese on them.
That's
And
disgusting.
so I told his kids, they were little bitty, that I wanted to eat their toes because I liked Cheetos. And still today, which I think they're teenagers, they still call me Mr. Toe Eater. They're scared of me.
I don't know why people think it's cool. Like, I mean, I don't think your toes are cool. I think they're gross. And I think all your toes look like little nubs. So why my friends always thought it was so cool, and they every time they came over, they're like, "Can I see your feet?"
I was just that cool dad with 8 toes.
No, it's because they all had crushes on you.
Yes, that's my younger days. She used to gross her out. Then she just wouldn't bring her friends around at all.
Still grosses me out. Because, I mean, to this day, some people still think you're good looking.
Yeah,
And you're old.
At least Bam still thinks I'm cute.
Well, there's one.
Yes. I might have to get her some new glasses.
That's
But
the only
just
one.
have to check. Sure, there's other people out there, but they don't count. So,
I mean, this man, I just couldn't deal growing up when he would scare me every single time I came to his house. Doesn't matter. In the morning time, I could always just wait for that scare because he did it every single day.
well, I'm going to tell you where that came from. See, when I was growing up, your grandpa, we'll call him Melted Ice Man. But your grandpa, we would be out here on the same property we're on now. We'd have fires and stuff out here. Well, him and his friend they would hide in the woods, and it'd be us and other boys and stuff. We'd all be out roasting our little weenies and stuff. We were probably about 8, 9 years old. They come running out of the woods in the middle of the darkness and just run and stomp through the fire with their boots and shit on, and just scare the living shit out of us, where we would just scatter like you wouldn't believe. So I get it honestly. I grew up getting the shit scared out of me,
So you
I
just
have to
pass it along.
pass it along. So I don't know if you scare the shit out of your kids or not.
Oh,
but
all the time. I do it to my husband too.
see, just passing it on along, and then the grandkids will scare the shit out of their kids. We're just keeping the old chilled ice. I don't want to say it. We keep an ice tray full. Just keep on filling it and sending it on down the road.
I like go out of my way to hide when I know my husband's coming and just jump out and scare him.
Bam does that to me. She's done got me a few times.
But then he knows, like, don't do it to me. I've done it to my mom. I had to stop because I really thought I was going to give her a heart attack. Like, every time she went to the bathroom, I would go and hide behind her bathroom door, and I would just jump out and scare her. And I'm pretty sure one day I'm going to give her a heart attack if I do that, and I'm not going to be the reason she dies.
I'm not giving her a nickname. So.
It's okay. She don't listen anyway.
I'm not giving her one. Not doing it. So you got any more stories you want to speak about your father here?
I mean, let's see. I mean, your mean dad
Wasn't mean.
taught me some good life lessons.
Wasn't mean.
Not to lie. Otherwise, I was going to go to jail and eat one piece of bread and one glass of water. That's all they were going to give me, he said. That's it.
Put her in a cell.
Open that cell up. He said, this is where you're going to be if you don't stop lying. I just got better at lying. And I've never been to jail.
No, but she could have. She wasn't that great at it. She got caught. When your dad shows up with other cops to pick you up after you done snuck out of the house at 3 o'clock in the morning or whatever.
That's just what time I got there. I was gone all night.
Yeah, well, your brother ratted you out. So.
I know. And he's the one who convinced me to sneak out that, like, I was so mad. No? He's the one who told me not to come home once my parents started calling, asking where I was. He's like, no, don't come home. It'll be okay. I'll cover for you. Cover for me, my ass. Throw me under the bus, more like. So I mean, he told me, he's like, leave the state. I wasn't leaving the state. Like, I'm like 15 years old, 16 years old at the time. I'm not leaving the state.
Leaving the state? He trying to get you to leave the state?
He did. He told me to leave the state.
With that boy?
Yes. How? Okay, I mean, I was like dumb and gullible, but I wasn't that naive. I wasn't about to leave the state. I wasn't going to try that. So I went back to his house and we went to sleep until, you know, y'all started knocking on the door. And then for like half an hour, I'm like watching through a window. I'm like, oh my God, there's no getting out of this. Not at all. And then I go down.
Now you're busted now. I mean, you might as well just come out.
I didn't know what was about to happen to me. Then I got fake arrested. Brought to the DA.
You didn't know.
I did like a week later when my mom told me.
Yeah, well, she shouldn't have told you. That's a whole different story there. I'm not getting into it.
I didn't want a record. But it's okay because I don't have one.
If you went out of state, you would have.
I wasn't going out of state. I didn't know that boy that well. I didn't trust him that much. I trusted my brother, though. And I didn't trust him after that either. Not at all. I couldn't even sleep in my own bedroom after that for like a month. I had to sleep in my younger brother's room on the bunk bed because they thought I was going to sneak out again. I didn't sneak out again.
She just handcuffed you to the bed.
No, I had to go work outside.
Good. She got more punishment than that.
Oh, they took everything away from me, even though I ended up like getting a computer from my brother's friend and I like hid it in my closet. And I'd go and lock myself in my closet when my mom didn't know, and I'd talk to that same boy just like that.
Just stupid.
I was a little kid. I'm sure you did dumb things.
Never snuck out of the house one time in my entire life.
I mean, you might not have snuck out, but
You met your grandpa?
I'm sure you did other things.
I did other things that was bad, but did you meet your grandpa? You knew your grandpa.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, well, when he was younger and not, older and more like kind of disabled, yeah, he was a scary individual when I was growing up. And he never even spanked me. I was just scared that he would think about doing it one time. Now, your grandma, on the other hand, even though I was bigger than her in my teenage years, she would just make me lean over the bed and tear my ass up. Yeah.
Did she make you kneel in rice?
No.
No?
Never had to kneel in rice, thank God. No. Well, Dad used to make us kneel. We lived in this trailer, because I've mentioned I have my trailer card. We grew up in a trailer, and this linoleum floor in the trailer just wasn't a smooth one at the time. It was like textured where it had like ridges or something in it. It wasn't smooth. He'd make us kneel on that, and we'd get up and you'd see the imprint of the floor on our fucking knees.
How long were you there for?
I don't know. We'd make us kneel like for half an hour or something like that and dared us to move.
I put my kids in the corner after I spanked them, and my youngest, she's like almost 2 now. You put her in that corner, and she sits there like this, with her arms crossed and her nose down, and she turns around, and she looks at you, and she goes, no. She's the cutest because she's the youngest right now, so it's kind of hard to be mad at her, but I hold my ground. My husband doesn't. He is a pushover.
No, he's the one that unpunishes the children.
It was mommy mean. Here, let me give you a sucker.
No,
I'm the good dad.
we've like migrated to this way of disciplining the kids because I'm more of a pushover when it comes to my children, and he's more of a pushover when it comes to his. So when we have to discipline them, he will do it to my kids, and I'll do it to his kids. But his kids are deathly afraid of me. Like, if I'm walking towards them, they will put their hands behind their back and they go, no, 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 because they think I'm coming to spank them. But they aren't as bad nearly anymore because I spank my kids' asses when they're bad. And I believe in spanking because that's how I grew up. I remember so many times I would get bruised on my butt cheeks from getting spanked. If I got a bad grade, if I was just an asshole, I would get spanked, and I feel like I turned out pretty okay.
Yeah, you could have got spanked a whole lot more than you actually did. You know what I mean?
I believe more parents should spank their children.
Oh, yes. I still believe in corporal punishment. That's what's wrong with society today. That's why all the kids now are entitled and think everything should be handed to them. And they can do no wrong, do whatever the hell they want to. Bunch of powder puff marshmallows walking around. As soon as they get close to the fire, they're going to melt and holler for their mommy and daddy. I had a kid the other day. I think I talked about it. He was 19 years old. I'm writing him a ticket. He's like, my dad wants to talk to you. I'm like, yeah, I'm not talking to your dad. You're a grown fucking man. Call your daddy on me. Grow a set of balls, boy.
I got pulled into a parent-teacher conference like a year ago because of a bruise that one of my kids had from getting spanked. And I straight up looked at that teacher and I'm like, look, I don't beat the shit out of my kids, but I do spank them and they bruise easily. So, don't you dare ever call me back in here for this again. Like, it's whatever happens at my house with the way I discipline my kids has nothing to do with anybody else. You do what you want with your own kids.
I got called in, probably, like I said, way back in the day, of course. I got called in one time by the sheriff I was working for. Walk into his office, and it's never good when usually the sheriff himself calls you. I mean, you usually done fucked up pretty good. I had no clue what I had done. And I walk in, and, I'm sitting there, and he's like, well, the OCS supervisor was there. I'm like, okay. Which, it's, the child protection people. The baby snatchers. Anyways, they were in there, and they were like, talked about this call I went on. Well, this kid, of course, let's do the call first. You'll know exactly why I got called in. Got called to a house. I don't know, this kid's about 13, 14 years old. Shit, he's probably in his close to 30s now. He called her, the mom called, single mom, doing her best. Small little wood frame house, very small wood frame house. Wasn't in greatest condition. Well, the kid's just totally refusing to get up and go to school. And he's like, so she called us. Go in there. I forget who was with me. I had another deputy there with me at the time. But we go in, wake this kid up. We're in a, like I said, small house. We're in the kitchen / living room, dining room area, all one room. And this kid, like, look, you put your clothes on. I'm gonna bring you to school myself. And he turned around and looked at his mom and says, I can't believe you called the cops on me, you stupid fucking bitch. Well, if I'd ever talked to my mama like that, I'd be putting my teeth in a jar at night when I went to sleep at night, because she'd have knocked all of them out of my fucking mouth. Okay? Well, I don't know. I just reacted. I said, thank God I'm older now. But because nowadays I'd probably get fired for it. But I just, on the back of the sink, there was a brand new bar. I don't know why it had a bar soap, but it was a brand new bar Dial soap on the back of this kitchen sink. And that kid called his mom a stupid fucking bitch. I reached over and I grabbed that bar of soap. I grabbed him underneath his jaw, right where his jawbone and stuff attached, popped it open, popped his mouth open, and took that bar of soap and drug it across his front teeth and shut his mouth back and told him, open your mouth and you're going to find out it's going to get worse, you hear me? So he's sitting there. He's got a mouthful of fucking soap I just drug across his teeth. And they're bringing him to school and shit. Well, the reason I don't think I got in trouble at work, the mom did not call and complain on me. This little bastard went to school, and of course, you know, went and told a school social worker or whoever the fuck it was, had this mean ass cop shoved the bar of soap in his mouth and drug it across his teeth. You know, they ended up calling the mom and stuff in. The mom's like, she was singing my praises because this was a couple weeks afterwards, and she said she hadn't had no problems out of that kid since, because when he started to mouth off, she said, you want me to call Deputy Iceman back over here? And he's like, no. So I was just told, don't be making kids eat soap and stuff, even though, you know, the mom was joyful and happy for me. But yeah, little fucking bastard. Bet you'd think twice about cussing out his mama again, though.
She should have just backhanded him right then and there, because I would have, my kid ever talked to me like that, I'd knock their teeth out.
Yeah, your grandma would have, like I said, I'd had false teeth to this day if I'd ever talked to my mama like that.
Oh, for sure.
And I've been around before, and if Bam's children would ever speak to her like that, which I don't think they would because they're scared of her, I'm pretty sure she would knock their damn teeth out their mouth too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, don't bite the hand that feeds you. I remember my mom always telling me, I brought you into this world, I can take you out. Yep. Mm-hmm. And I say the same thing to my kids to this day.
Oh, I've heard it. Like I said, I might not have been you and your brother's friend growing up, but it's because when I was raised up, your grandma told me, she's like, I'm not your friend, I'm your parent. If you want friends, you can take your ass outside or go to school and make some, because I'm not it.
Oh yeah, you said that a couple times to me. I mean, I believe it too. You can't.
We're
be
more on the friend basis now because you're grown.
Yeah.
We're having discussion before you got here today with the stepdaughter and stuff, but I was more, I'm going to be the parent growing up. You're grown now. If you ask me for my advice, I'll give it. If you take it, don't want it or whatever, that's fine. It's your business. You and your husband's business. Y'all grown now. When you were growing up, before you were grown, I wasn't your friend.
No. I mean, I feel like that's a lot of parents' problems these days, that they don't want their kids to hate them, and so they want to be their buddy, and then their kids are going to just walk all over them, do whatever the fuck they want. And that's just not how life works. You have to discipline your kids, beat the shit out of them when they talk back. Otherwise, they aren't going to learn anything, and then this whole country is going to go to shit because of it.
Learn how to say no to your kids, because it's not real life.
It's not going to end up well later down the line.
Once you grow up, not everybody's going to get a fucking trophy. They're going to be, a few people get trophies and these other ones don't. Not everybody's going to get trophies. There's not going to be winners all the time. Not everybody's a winner. And winners aren't winners all the time either. That's what people don't realize. The winners lose sometime too. They just keep going.
I think it's just teaching people that they don't have to work hard to get things in life, because they think it's just going to give it to them. No, I worked my ass off for everything I have, and I feel like it's a big part of the reason of the way I grew up and the discipline I did get from my parents. I mean, I hated you so much growing up, but I'm very thankful for it now as an adult, and that I had the parents that I did have, because now I know, how to discipline my kids where they won't turn out to be such bastards when they grow up.
Yep, they got plenty of little bastards out there. Deal with them all the time. The little bastards. Pull them over. Want to call and complain on you. The parents call and complain, he's rude to my daughter. You wasn't even fucking there. I had a grown guy the other day. This dude was like almost 30 years old. Had him pulled over for speeding. We ended up having a warrant on him. And next thing I know, this car pulls up, stops in front of him, so I'm watching real close. I'm like, I'm good to get, Is he calling his buddies or something? What the fuck's going on? This older lady gets out of the car, and I'm like, what the fuck? She had to be close to in her 60s, and I'm like, this fucking 30-year-old man called his fucking mama to come help him on a traffic stop. 30 years old. It's a point in time. You got to pull the nipple out of your child's mouth, okay? Stop feeding them. Pull them off the titty. It's time to grow up.
That's horrible.
30 years old, calling his mama.
No, if I got pulled over for anything like that, my parents wouldn't answer the phone. They'd be like, "Deal with it." But
well, I think I've proven this. Not really with you as much as your brother, but I always told y'all growing up, if you go out there and you fuck up and you break in the law and you get your ass in trouble and get arrested, don't call me, because I will not come get you.
didn't he call you from jail once?
No, but one time when he was a juvenile, and he probably, I don't know if he still hates me for this or not, but he was a juvenile. He got in some trouble. I got called by a detective that I actually had trained, who's higher ranking, way higher ranking now. Anyway, he called me up and asked me to bring him in. And he had been involved with the little fucking hoodlums he was hanging out with, and they went and spray painted somebody's house or something and vandalized it. Well, you get up there, he answers the questions and all that stuff like that, and they're like, all right, you can bring him back. And I'm like, nope. And the detective looked at me and said, huh? I said, find a bed. When I say find a bed, because he was a juvenile at the time, I think he was 16. Well, the laws have changed in Louisiana since. Now, back then at 17, you were considered an adult and you went to big boy jail. Now I think it's 18. They changed it. But back to the story. And I knew, I'm thinking of myself as a dad. I'm thinking, all right, he's hanging out with these little shit bags and stuff. If this happens in another couple months, he's going to be 17. His ass is going to get locked up in real jail. There ain't be no more just slapping on the wrist juvenile shit. But I said, find him a bed, and that meant find him a bed at the juvenile detention center. That detective looked at me and said, really? I'm like, yep, find him a bed. Well, they found him a bed, and he went to the juvenile jail detention center. And I think he was in there for, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks for a while. I don't know if you even remember this or not.
I do.
And your mother didn't want him in there. But it was too bad once I had him in there. But I had his ass. I had them lock my own son up in the juvenile detention center, and he hated my guts for it. He still probably, despite we speak, but I think he still holds some disdain for me in his heart for it. But you know what? If he hates me, that's fine, because hopefully he hasn't gotten any more trouble that bad like that. He's gotten some trouble, but hopefully it helped him keep himself out of being in prison or dead, because he was on a bad path there for a while, as you can attest to.
Yep, tough love.
I got a call one time. He was 19 or 20 at this point. I got a call one time from I can say the department, the New Orleans Police Department. During Mardi Gras. If any of you people from out of state or out of country don't know, Mardi Gras in New Orleans is fucking insanely crazy. I'm from around here. I did it one time when I was way younger. In New Orleans and Mardi Gras, you're not going to catch the ICEMAN down there. Not going down there. It's crazy. He was down there and got into a altercation, a fight, in a bar. Okay. Well, I guess he told them that his dad was a cop or something like that. I was actually working a detail at the time. I get this call from this New Orleans City cop, asked me if I wanted to come pick him up. I'm like, what did he do? He told me he got in a fight. I said, is he hurt? No, he just got a little, I don't even think he got bruised or up too bad or nothing like that. I said, lock him up. He said, excuse me? I said, first of all, this is during Mardi Gras, and where I'm at, it's going to take me 2 or 3 hours to drive down there in the traffic, and plus I'm on the detail. I said, lock him up. He's like, I said, it's like, okay. So I think they ended up giving him a misdemeanor summons. But if any of you people don't know, go read up online. I'm on the Orleans Parish Prison, OPP down there. You don't want to get locked up in that motherfucker at all. But no, I told him to lock him up then too. And I was serious when I told my kids that if you want to play, you're gonna pay if you get caught. So don't fucking call me. I think they'll call their mama. She'll go.
I don't think she would. I don't think she would come get me.
She went and got him another time when he was still a juvenile at one of the malls. He got him.
Oh, I was there. That day. Yes.
He got picked up for a shoplifting, and I get the phone call, and this other deputy wanted me to come get him, and I said, nope, I wasn't coming to get him. They tried to say, well, we'll call child protection. I said, call him, I don't care. I'm going to come to get him. I said, lock him up. Well, he says and a lot of these kids that are on some medications, they like Ritalin and stuff like that, they don't want to lock him up. And he's like, well, he's on. I said, he ain't took that shit in like 3 years. He's just playing you. I'm not coming to get him. Well, he called his mama. She went and got him because wasn't joking. I'm going to come and get you. You going to play? Fuck you. You go to jail. At least I know where you're at if you're in jail.
You see all these stories that have nothing to do with me? Golden child. I never got arrested. I never went to jail. Because, you got two types of cop dads. You got the ones who will come and get you every time you call because they are police officers and they can just get you. And then you got mine, who's like,
don't let her. People do not let y'all. Don't let her fool you. She's got shit too.
No, I don't.
There's a certain motherfucker still living in this world, lucky, because when we did go to court, the judge made me promise that I wouldn't kill this motherfucker. Okay? Because my daughter, when she was about 15, decides she's going to make a friend who was well into his mid-20s, I believe, at the time.
Yep.
Who was married.
I didn't know that.
Well, he was a grown man, and he decided to have sex with my underage daughter. Well, he ended up getting arrested. I had him arrested. We went to court. He's convicted. He's a convicted sex offender. I'm not saying he didn't rape her. She probably knew what she was doing, but him as a grown man should have known fucking better. But the judge did have me. I took that day off of work because I'd never seen this motherfucker. And I was sitting in court on the front bench in street clothes. Because I'm not going to lie to you, I had it on my mind. I was going to beat this fucker's ass in the middle of the courtroom. I'd take my charge. Well, some of the other cops saw me in there and come up and realized what I had on my mind. And they had about 10 cops sitting around me making sure I didn't get it. And the judge actually had me stand up and promised I wouldn't kill that motherfucker. And you know what? You better hope some child molester don't grab a hold of your children, you little pedophile bitch, and do the same thing to you. And I hope you catch AIDS and your asshole swells up and you die choking on your own shit. And a whole bunch of other bad stuff happens to you in your life. I don't know. You die of painful, bad death. And if I go to hell, I'll beat your ass down there when I see you. How's that? Well, but don't. She wasn't no angel.
Look, I'm just saying, two out of the 5 of his, I had my moments, but I still turned out the better kid.
Your brother's doing okay for himself. Don't downplay it.
I'm like the miniature girl version of you.
That's not saying much because I've done.
I mean, I haven't done bad things, but like personality wise,
I haven't done bad shit.
You might have that wrath face, but I got that resting bitch face like on lock.
But your brother's doing me.
No, he's good. He's pulled his life together.
And I'm actually proud of him. So
he's doing really good.
Good for him. We're gonna take a short break real quick and be right back. All right, we are back from break. Get it back started up. We're getting close to the end, people. So just sit tight. The ride's almost over. I got my little rant. Not much police related, but I'm gonna bitch about it anyway. Me and Bam going shopping the other day, and I'm in a roundabout in the mall area, and all of a sudden, down there's little motherfucker in this little piece of shit Isuzu truck pulls up beside me, hollering, screaming. I don't even know what the fuck he's doing. I'm in my lane. Well, I went about full-blown Iceman on his fucking ass. I hollered back at him. I told him to pull the fuck over. We could discuss this like men. Him and his little Billy Badass self. Let me tell you what. This motherfucker was in like a little Isuzu pickup truck with a fucking camper shell on the back of it. Bring your grandpa his fucking truck back, boy. Probably a good thing he didn't stop because I know how I am, and I'd probably end up on the fucking news or something. But this little pussy motherfucker, I don't even know what he was. I still don't know what he was bitching about. I don't know. Maybe bitch's dick was too small. His daddy didn't molest him good enough up when he was younger. I don't know. Pulled into a restaurant. He must have got stood up by his Tinder date or whoever the fuck he was meeting, because about 10 minutes later we saw him back down the road. She probably saw him pull up in his papa's truck with his little pussy ass self and fucking decided, nope, can't date him. Need to date a real man. So that's my rant. Fuck that dude. I wanted to fuck him up because I was pissed. I was so pissed off. Probably a good thing he didn't pull over. So that's my rant. Fuck you, little Isuzu boy. Get a job. Go buy yourself a car. Get out your grandpa's truck. And don't piss off possibly insane motherfuckers if he'd have got out the truck. So that's my little rant for today. I could just keep going. So I didn't piss myself off thinking about it again. I was all happy and bad, and just smiling.
I think y'all called me right after that happened, because I think I heard you say, "There's that little motherfucker again."
Yeah, I saw him. He didn't have time to eat. I can tell you that. He wasn't out there because this restaurant was packed. So he probably got stood up by some Tinder date. She saw that she was about to go out with a pussy boy and changed her mind. Wanted to go find a real man. Probably wasn't living in his mom's garage, driving his papa's truck. Fuck you, dude. Grow some balls. Pull over next time. Like I said, we're going to talk about it like men. Of course, you have to be a man first.
It happens. It happens to me all the time. People are so stupid when they drive.
I was minding my own fucking business. I don't know what his problem was.
He probably thought were you coming into this roundabout?
No, I was already in it.
Oh.
I was already in it, in my lane.
Because, people nowadays don't know how to drive in roundabouts. They stop in the middle and try to let other people in. And then when you look at them like, what are you doing?
Yes, once you're in a roundabout, you're not supposed to stop for anything. So don't stop and let motherfuckers in and out. It don't work like that. I guess they need to start teaching that shit in fucking driver's school now or something.
I feel like people need to go back and relearn how to go in a roundabout, because there's so many nowadays and there's so many wrecks are happening. Like, I work in a body shop and you wouldn't believe the amount of cars that come in because they either hit somebody in the roundabout or somebody hit them in the roundabout. It's ridiculous. If you just learn how to drive, you wouldn't have all these issues.
Then you wouldn't have a job.
No, I would. I got a shot up car the other day, so we get all kinds of stuff come in.
Fix them bullet holes.
That one's totaled. It had like blood in the seat and everything. I know. I don't even know why they bring it to us, because they know they're not going to fix it.
We're gonna do a little in the news section, and this is a very sad, very sad story that I read in the news. You might not be privy to this news, but I'm glad everybody's sitting down here. No one cry, please. If you're standing up, you might want to sit down. But I read Dunkin' Donuts is closing like, I don't know, 300 or 600 stores or something nationwide. And it's a sad day when donut stores are closing, where us law enforcement people are supposed to get our crime-stopping protein biscuits at.
Krispy Kreme.
I don't like Krispy Kreme.
That's what's wrong with you.
No, Krispy Kreme. No, I prefer a Mary Lee donut over Krispy Kreme.
Really?
Yes.
Ugh. No. Oh.
No, Krispy Kreme is
Are you like just a normal glazed donut kind of cop?
no. I like the eclairs
Me too.
I like the lemon filled ones also.
Me too.
That powdered sugar can fuck up a black uniform. I can tell you that right now. But no, I'm not a Krispy Kreme guy. I don't know. I just don't never have liked their donuts.
I like them. I like them a lot.
Mary Lee donuts, stuff like that, are like flaky and fluffy and stuff like that.
No, I go to the local one here if I get donuts in town.
They're like Mary Lee then.
They're not.
It's made the same way.
No, they're better. I feel like I feel like I've had so many bad experiences at Mary Lee's, I just don't go in there anymore because every time I get donuts from there, they're like hard. They're not like melt in my mouth delicious. The chocolate on the chocolate donuts is hard. And I don't like that. I want it to like melt in my mouth.
Okay. We're not going to talk about the donuts melting in your mouth. Donuts are delicious, and I know the whole cop thing. Ooh, the cups like donuts. Well, everybody likes fucking donuts, so I don't want to hear that shit. Cops liking donuts. Everybody, donuts is a staple. I haven't had a donut in a long time. Trying to lose some weight. Fucking sucks. Of not eating deliciousness. But as I tell Bam, gotta think if food is something that your fuel to keep you alive. It's not for your pleasure. Food is not supposed to be for pleasure. And us being in Louisiana, that's a pretty damn hard thing.
It most definitely is for pleasure as well.
You think dogs eat their dog food for pleasure or to stay alive?
We aren't dogs. We
We're
can
all
cook.
Animals. We're all animals.
Yeah, but I'm not
You
eating
think that dog would rather?
kibbles and bits down there. I'm gonna go eat some gumbo or something. Like, I go out of my way to eat unhealthy. I'm from Louisiana. This is what you're supposed to do. And I'm pretty sure crabs is not on your diet.
If you noticed, I didn't eat that many.
You still ate some. And what about that
It's-
spicy corn?
But crabs is actually a protein. The worst part of the crab for you is the salt I had in it. And yes, I made the stuff a little spicy, and I ate the corn, and it made me sweat, okay? The shit was on fire.
It was good, though.
It's spicy corn.
It was really good. And the potatoes were really, really good.
So, yes, we did boil some seafood last night. No secret, we did this episode once already, and I'd been drinking, tired, and then ate crabs and boiled crab. And it didn't turn out quite how I liked it, so
Everybody was tired.
here we are again. I was yawning a shit ton in it, so we decided to redo the episode. You got anything else you'd like to say or tell about how great I was? Or
Don't give yourself too much credit. You weren't that fabulous. You still aren't that fabulous.
I am
But-
fantabulous.
But you're an all right person, and I love you.
I've gotten like 2 whole fan emails. That's all.
That's how fabulous he is.
Yeah.
2 whole emails.
Two. I even emailed them back. Told them they send me the address. I'd send free stickers. I guess nobody wants my fucking free stickers at all.
I haven't been offered a sticker. I want a sticker.
Remind me, and we will get you a sticker
Sounds wonderful.
before you leave. And say I haven't really thought of a safety tip, people, and I ain't done it in a while. I haven't really thought of any lately, and I didn't think of one for this one either. Keep the shiny side up is all I can say. You know, keep it up. Be careful out there, because just because you see the people, that don't mean they're gonna see you. You know what I mean? You see somebody coming up to intersection, you might want to roll off that throttle a little bit and make sure they're going to slow down and not just run it and fucking run your ass over, because you don't want to get in a crash. It ain't no fun. From experience, I'm going to talk about some of my crashes coming up, because my first one was, even though it hurt, it's quite a funny story. We're going to get on out of here today. Don't forget about us on Twitter at MotorC. I have been posting some stuff recently. if we go back and look. Parlor's at MotorCop Chronicles Podcast. And of course, Facebook is MotorCop Chronicles. And our email is motorcopchronicles@gmail.com. If y'all get a chance also, go listen to Robert and April on Louisiana's Saturday Night Podcast. They're quite funny. Was phoned in and talked a little bit on their podcast just last night also. It's their latest episode. Go check it out. They also have Southern Discomfort, kind of a true crime podcast, and Robert and his cousin has a podcast called Writes Downs to It. They get into the nerd stuff, talking about Marvel and stuff, old cartoons and stuff like that. It's pretty interesting. And hey, if you're a first responder, motor cop, want to be motor cop, military, corrections officer, you want to be a guest, we can do it over the phone or something like that. We'll keep you anonymous. Hey, hit us up on the email. More than happy to put you on and we can discuss some stuff and, I don't know, hopefully get some laughs. So, and always remember, smile, because the Iceman could always be behind you.
I'm cranking up on the throttle. This is how legends are made.